We are in lesson 5. In this lesson, we are supposed to learn how to plan and build a simple database, sort the database, create new fields, maintain a database using data form, adding subtotals to a database, and set the database using the Autofilter. We have this database. I've already created it in my Excel. We are supposed to learn some few names that or terms that are used in a database. So we have the database size, and then we have the field name, and then we have the records. So in a nutshell, the order number, order date, coref, core name, and value are what we refer to as the field name or the fields. And this one down the field name, we have this. Okay, we have these, the records. Now we have 1001 all the way to 1009. So these are what we refer to as the records. We have been told that data size can be as large as the entire worksheet, but cannot occupy more than one worksheet. So what we mean, if you have sheet 1, a database can just only fit in sheet 1. So you cannot have a database that has sheet 1 and sheet 2. We have the field name. A database can contain up to 256 fields. In terms of counting this, we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 fields. And the maximum of fields that we can have, we are supposed to have 256 fields. So the first row of the database must contain the field name. So field name must consist of letters only, not numbers, blank cells, etc. So field name can be up to 256 characters long and must be unique. This field name should be unique to the rest of the fields that we have. So records can contain up to 16,383 records. So every record must have the same fields, but fields can be left blank. So do not enter extra blank as start of fields. About capitalization, Excel ignores upper or lowercase letters when searching or sorting the database. So you may use either Smith with all caps, or Smith with no caps, or Smith with just capital S rocket a record. As in short, you can use capital letters, but you can also use small letters to search for the same word that has capital letters. Now it's about sorting the database. So now you are going to go to Excel. I've already created the field names, so I can just put them so that you can distinguish between the field names and the records. These are the field name and these are the records. I hope you have understood. What you're going to do is you're going to sort the records. So you have to select, and then now you come to data, and then you go to sort. So sorting is either arranging either descending or ascending order. So we are going to come and say sort. So when you click, it's going to bring you this window. So it asks you whether to sort by order number, or you can choose by order date, coref, core name, or value. So as you can realize, we are using the field names to sort. Let me say we sort by core name and we sort by ascending, and then I say okay. So it has sort our data using the core name here, and you can see it has arranged them from smallest to largest. So if I want to arrange in descending order, I just have to come to data, sort, and then descending, and then I say okay. Now you can see, now we start with Sai all the way to Aksha. Let me use another field name to sort. So I'm just going to come and say data, sort, and then let me use order number, and then we arrange, and voila. Now we start from 1 all the way to 9. Okay, so that's all about sorting, and I hope you have understood. Next thing I'm supposed to learn is being to create new fields by calculations. So we are going to add 2 new fields to our database. We are going to add VAT and total, and they have been told the VAT field will hold the 16% VAT, and then the total is going to hold the VAT plus the order value. I hope you like mathematics. So we are going to add here VAT, okay, as we have been told, and they're going to add total. We have VAT and we have total. So we have added two new fields, and they're being told VAT is 16% of this value. So that we can achieve the VAT, you're going to write is equal sign, and then we are going to write 0.16. So 0.16 means 16%, which is 16 over 100. So when you convert, it's going to give you 0.16. And then you multiply with the number that we have over there. So we are going to multiply with this value, okay, which is E2. And when you press enter, it's going to give you 68,800. So this is 16% of the value. For those who have not understood, I'm saying, so that you can carry out the VAT, you're supposed to put an is equal sign, and then 0.16, okay, you multiply by the number of the value, okay, and you press enter. Now you are going to fill the others. So you select that, this is just the formula already, and then you come here and drag all the way to here. So now you're supposed to find the total. Where the total is the sum of this value and the VAT. So that's very easy. So I just have to come and press is equal sign. I have to use sum, okay, this is the function, and then I'll have to open the brackets. Inside here I have to add these two ranges, so you just have to select, okay, and then you press enter. So the total of this plus this is this. The other way you can do is press is equal sign, and then you add this plus this, okay, and then you press enter, and then you can fill to the other cells. Next thing you're going to learn is how to maintain our database using data form. If you want to manage our database, you can either do it the way we have done manually, or you can use database. So you fill in the records manually like I did before, or you can use what you call as the data form. So if you want to use the data form, you have to select, okay, then you come to data, and then you're going to see form. Here it is. When you press it, you're going to see the records here. We have this button new. This is when you want to add a new record. This is when you want to delete a certain record. This is to find a previous record, okay. This is to find the next record. So find next, you're going to go to this number 2, next number 3. So if you want to go back to number 2, you're going to press previous, okay. So criteria is for searching. If I want to search a certain record, so if I want to search using order number, I just have to come and type 1. If I find next, going to give me that record. It is for searching, and this is for closing. If I want to close, that's how you do it. So I'm just going to go back so that you can add a new record, and then I go to form, and then I come to new, and then I come and add 1 0 0 0. Let me just put 1 0 0 10, okay, and then I'm going to use 13 December 12. Ref, I'm just going to give him a certain number. Name, we call them Patel Garage. The value is, let me just put a number. So as you realize, you cannot add the VAT, and you cannot add the total. The reason being, we used computations to carry out the VAT and total. When you put the number to the system the value here, it's going to carry out the VAT and the total automatically because you used a formula. Let me add another record. You're going to see now we have this record that we have added using data form, and now we have this this value, and you can see it has already computed as the VAT and the total. So that's how you use the data form. And since we have finished using it, you can now close. Okay, so now we have a new record which is called Patel Garage. So and we have already put the value. Now this other one is going to be computed by the machine since we had already put in the formula. Okay, so the next thing you're going to learn is adding using subtotal. We're going to go back to our work and they have to select. Okay, and now we go to data and then subtotal. Subtotal is used to add, so you can see, let me first start using the name. So data sort using call name, okay, either ascending, so that we can see those people who have more than one account. So Aksha males, okay. So for those people who have the garages, who have more than one garages, and those who have one garages, you can see them clearly. So Aksha has 2, Amils has 3, Hughes has 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so subtotal, what it does, it will add the sum of these 2, these 3, 1. Okay, so that you can have the total of each individual, and then it will give you the subtotal of all of them. So now, since we have already arranged, we have to come and select again, come to data, and then subtotal. We are taking the total of using the call name, so that you can have the name of the person and the total that he or she has. So we have to choose call name here, and then you can leave this to total, and then you can say okay. Now you can see the total for Aksha. Okay, you can see the total for Amils, Hughes, you can see the total, Kamau's, Patel, and Sai. So we can see we have 3 outlines. So we have number 1. So number 1 is where you can have only the grand total of all the totals, and then number 2 is where you have the Aksha total, Amils, okay, each individuals. So you have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then down here you have the grand total, and then the third one is where now you can see everything. So you can see Aksha, the records for Aksha, and the total, which is here, the total for Amils. Okay, you can see. So this is how you carry out the subtotal. So the next thing you're going to learn is how to filter records. Filter, so this is the process where you can choose a certain record for a certain person, okay, or if you want to see the records for Amils autos only. Okay, so I want us to learn how to go about that. You have to select. Now you come to data, now you come to filter, and then auto filter. So it's going to bring this button for choosing the records which you want to choose. So I'm going to come here and maybe choose Amils. So it's going to give me the records for Amils, more autos only. So if I want to choose for Kamau's, I just view the details for Kamau Garage. So value to use this custom. So I want us to have a value that exceeds 50,000. So I just have to come here and say is greater than or equal to 50,000. You have to type in the number. Okay, 50,000, and then you say okay. So it's going to give you the records that have exceeded 50,000. So that's how you carry out the custom search. So if you are through, you can just come here, filter, and show all. Okay, and you can remove this auto filter. Okay, so filtering is easy, and I hope you have understood. So the next thing we can learn is how to carry out advanced filter. So advanced filter is much complex than the normal filter, and how you go about it is a bit complex, but if you follow me, it's going to be easy. Okay, so the first thing is to come and copy, okay, cut, and then you bring them to here, to here. Okay, so you first select, and then you cut, and then you come to you count 1 2 3, and then on the 1 2 3, so on the third one you paste the record so that you can, no, on the fifth one, cut here, so that you can have 3 gaps, 1 2 3. Okay, the first thing you do. So the other thing you do is to come and now select this, and now you copy the field name, and you paste it down here. Okay, now you have this structure now. So advanced filter works like this. You can sort using either a letter. So if I want records that start with A, records that start with K, I have to use advanced filter, or arrange that it's in a given range. Okay, so I want to filter records that has S, so you have to write S. So if I write small s, capital S, it's all the same as you saw about capitalization, and then you have to put an asterisk. So asterisk represents the characters that follows afterwards. So these characters that follow here are what is represented by asterisk. Okay, so the other thing you do now, you have to select this. Okay, and now you have to come to data, and then you come to filter, and then advanced filter. Okay, and then you say okay, and then now you want to filter the list. So the list you have already selected, but if you did not select well, you can just press here and you select again. Okay, and then you press that to go back, and then the criteria range is here. This is our criteria. Then you press that, and then you want to copy your records down there. So you just have to select the place where you want to copy your records that meet that criteria. So you want them to appear there, and then you come back, and then you say okay. So the records that meet our criteria are these two. So we wanted records that has S. Okay, and here it is. So it's psi, and so it's psi. Okay, so even if we had someone like Simon, so let me write Simon, it could also just bring the record. So I'm just going to delete, and then I'm going to do that again. You select, then you come to data, filter, advanced filter, and then our range is this. Okay, and then the criteria range is this. Just have to select, and then where do you want to copy? You just want to copy it down here. Okay, and then you say okay. So you see, we bring both records of Sai and Simon. So the next thing we can do is when you want to filter the records that has 50,000 and above. So in our case, we have so for this case, you use this one to create another advanced filter. So you copy that and paste it there. So we want to filter this. So our range is going to be greater than 50,000. So we are going to filter these records of Sai and Simon. So which is greater than 50,000 is this one for Simon. So our range is that. Okay, and now I go to data, filter, advanced filter, and then the criteria range, it's going to change now its value. and then you just have to go back using that button, and then you copy your results down here. Okay, back here, and I say okay. So you see the record that has met the criteria is that for Simon, where we said we first did the advanced filter for name using letter S, so that it gave us this and Simon, and then after that we then filtered these records again, so that we seek for value that has more than 50,000, and you have seen that Simon is one that has that more than 50,000. So advanced filter is a bit tricky, but when you follow the procedure, it is going to work out, and I hope you have understood. I'm going to reach there. Have a nice day ahead of you.